It is Friday, Independence Day weekend. It's time to take a trip to the movies to see what's popping over at the box office. Thanks to Malco Theaters for sponsoring our Malco Movie Minute. And first up, those adorable yellow Minions are back, and this time they're headed to 1920s Hollywood. In Minions and Monsters, the little yellow troublemakers set out to make their own monster movie, but their big screen dreams go sideways when they unleash real monsters. The all-star voice cast includes Allison Janney, Christoph Waltz, Jeff Bridges, Jesse Eisenberg, Zoe Deutsch, and Trey Parker. The film, directed by Pierce Coffin, who has been voicing the Minions since their first movie. It is a fast, fun pick for the whole family. Minions and Monsters rated PG. Are you a fan of this franchise?
I am. I just can't get enough of the Minions. They're so entertaining. They've always been so entertaining. And anything Minions, I'm always going to watch.
I know, and now, the Minions, when they first came out, was a kind of a spin-off, right? And now they have had several just Minions movies, so they're obviously big enough to carry their own brand.
Right. Popular and very well deserved, in my opinion.
Absolutely. They're really fun. There's going to be several options for families at the cinema this weekend. This one, and then the holdover of Toy Story 5 that has been burning up the charts as well.
Absolutely.
And then just in time for the 4th of July weekend, young Washington looks back at the early years of America's first president. William Franklin Miller stars as young George Washington long before he became the father of our country. After a mistake throws him into a global conflict, he has to face war, loyalty, and the man he is becoming. Ben Kingsley, Andy Serkis, Kelsey Grammer, Joel Smallbone, and Mary Louise Parker also star. This one, Young Washington, is rated PG for strong war violence and some bloody images. Fantastic. I love a good epic movie also.
Yes, a movie that is epic and also puts a story to life, helps me better understand history. That's the perfect combination in my opinion.
And I like that we're looking at the young Washington, right?
Yeah.
Many times you think of him as an already adult or even graying old man. Father of the country, right?
So getting to watch from those younger stages, that's got to be really interesting.
Yeah, he definitely started and, was a young person, just like the rest of us. So kind of seeing how he came to be where he is and what we know him for will be fascinating.
For sure.
And you can head to Malco.com or go to your local Malco for showtimes and tickets and more movie news. Now, we recently had the chance to speak with one of the screenwriters behind Young Washington about bringing the early years of America's first president to the big screen. Here's what he had to say about this epic new film.
When you look at the great men and women of our country and in history, and there are many, it's easy to just look at them as these figureheads, but what made them great? And so this movie explores what happened to, we call him George, but President Washington, what happened to him before he became this man, and his life was filled with strife and failure. He didn't get the girl he wanted, but it all made him a much better man. And I think it's important for us to look back at our history and see how we started and why. And we in particular think young audiences will really love this movie because it shows someone they can relate to who is their age, who is going through enormous strife. It's a very uplifting movie when you see the enormous difficulty he went through, and yet he still survived. It helps me get through the day when I have a bad day, thinking even George got through a bad day, much worse than I'm going through, right?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Usually as a writer, the challenge is trying to figure out how to take a real story and make it into a movie. And so people often have to change things. I was shocked when I looked at his life from 18 to 22. It is a movie. We barely had to change anything. We had to compact a few things timeline-wise, but he went through so much adventure. The movie is an action adventure. This is not like some documentary you're going to watch on the History Channel. There's battle scenes, there's romance, it's like a big Titanic kind of movie. One of the themes of the movie is that failure is God's tutor. And through his failure, he realized he needed to focus on the people around him, not himself. And that's what turned him into such an amazing servant leader, where he was always putting the country and the people around him first. And that, look, I'm older than a young person, and I still need to learn that lesson every day. So it's a very inspiring movie that way. It teaches all of us to put other people before us.